So when you get into our app, you get to choose if you want to use it as a patient or a healthcare provider. And in this case, I want to use it as a healthcare provider. I'm going to select the patient language. So in this case, maybe the patient speaks German, which I can't speak. And some languages are made in a way that they change depending on the target gender. So then you get to select if the patient is addressed as male or female. If you have an account, you can sign in here. If you don't have an account, you can try using the app without an account and have a free experience. But using the app with an account, you can get access to specific clinic templates. This is our organization where we have different accounts for many different types of clinics, and we will look at the one called mammography. So when you get into the app, you see that you have these ready-made playlists at the top that are used in mammography or for mammography. You have some general playlists like app info or interpreter info or payment info, where you can just inform about these regular flows in healthcare. But you also have specific lists like interview for mammography or examination. If we go into one of these lists, you will see that in the beginning, we have some just good to have phrases where you can say that you don't speak their language, that you will use this device to ask questions. And you can also instruct the patient to nod their head for yes and to shake their head for no. Because all of our phrases are made in a way so you can always answer by just saying yes or no. And if there are other types of answers, then you have alternatives that the patient can press. So we help you communicate in a way that makes it easy for the patient to answer your questions. If you press any of these phrases, for example, have you been through this type of procedure before?
Haben Sie diese Art von Behandlung schon einmal gemacht?
Now, I'm not sure if you heard the sound or not, but if you did, it plays in German. So then the patient can either nod or shake their head to respond, or they can press any of these alternatives, and the answer will be played back to you. If you want to switch the language, you can quickly access the languages up there, and you can go in here and choose, for example, Danish, which is a non-gendered language, so you don't have to choose the gender. You can play the same phrase,
denne type af undersøgelse eller behandling før?
but now it's in Danish instead. After going through a list, you can quickly go to the next part of your flow, for example, examination, and then you can have phrases that are for that part of the process instead. So here we have some phrases for examination where you can guide the patient through the process. If you need a specific type of phrase that is not included in any of the lists, you can always just search for the thing you're looking for. So for example, if you want to talk about if it hurts, you can search for hurt and you have phrases like, does this hurt? It hurts a lot. This might hurt. Does it hurt here? Etc. You can also search for phrases like worry if you want to calm the patient. So for example, say, do not worry, or asking them if they are worried and also saying that you understand they are worried. We have also just recently started implementing image support to make it even easier to explain to the patient how what you're trying to say.
Nik venligst for ja, og ryst på hovedet for nej.
So for example, with this phrase, you can also see an image that explains what we mean with the phrase, if it's unclear.